Good morning guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to a new vlog, and it's too early for this. It's 6:30 in the morning on a Monday morning. It's cold, wet, miserable and dark. Welcome to the world of a lorry driver. So good morning guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to a brand new vlog. I hope you're well. I'm not, I've got the flu, well not the flu, I've got a bad cold at the minute. It's not coronavirus. Macy's got some of those half an hour tests that you do, so not got coronavirus, but me and Maisie have got really bad colds, so it's been a real struggle this weekend, but what a weekend I've had. It's been absolutely amazing. It was my friend Chris Ashcroft's birthday on Saturday. Well, that's when we got together for the drinks. So the entire crew got together, we all went for a meal, and then we all had a few drinks on Saturday night, and I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. It was honestly the funniest night that, well, we've not been together sort of like that, all of us, in so long. Obviously there's times when we go out where a few will go out at the weekend, but to get everybody there, it was amazing, it was amazing. So Chris, mate, if you're watching this, happy birthday for then. What an absolute legend you are. And it was brilliant. Honestly, it was, everybody was there, from the Wizard Finger Zol to Backdoor Rhino, he came as well. Everybody came. Tom, Wesley the chef, Bex, Sam, Rob, Steve, everybody came, And it was such an amazing night. It was brilliant. It was so good. So we went for this meal. The majority of us went, there's about 4 or 5 of us didn't go for a meal. But we had this meal and it was beautiful, so nice. By the time we finally got there, getting taxis for 14 people was a bit of a struggle. The first one came and then the next one, 2 didn't come for about another 35 minutes. So we were sat there drinking zombies in this bar. So by the time they come, we was almost off steaming anyway. And it was, honestly, it was brilliant. It was such a good night. I managed to drink about 10 zombies. Blew my head off, and so did everybody else's as well. To the point, on Sunday, I was going to start the garden. Not a chance. Not a chance. I literally comatose myself on the sofa all day. Didn't move at all. And that's not like me. That's not like me at all. So on Sunday was a complete write-off. But I'm starting the garden next week. Yes, we are. And I can't wait. I can't wait to start it. There's a guy who comes in the channel, I've spoken about it before, a guy called Wilson. And he offered his time, as long as I buy the material, but he's going to offer his time and offer his experience to help me do the decking. Now he lives in Sheffield, so he can't be there all the time, but what he says he can do, he'll be at the end of the phone and FaceTime and direct me through it. But he came down on Saturday, had a look at the garden, surprised how big it was, and I don't think on film does it justice how big the garden is, but it's really big, or bigger than what it looks on camera. So he came down on Saturday and literally measured up, had a coffee, and yeah, he's coming down next weekend to move the gate forward, because what I want to do, the side of the house, I want to move the gate forward, and all down the side of the house I'm going to eventually turn that into like a little garden, but I'm going to buy the decking like a bit each month, well, not a bit each month, but say like half the top, half the bottom, that type of thing, and build it up so at the side of the house we're going to store it all. So he's going to come and move the gate forward to the front of the house, and next weekend I'm going to vlog it. All that patio's coming up, all the decking's coming up, so eventually we're going to start from a level playing field, and we're going to go from there, but I can't wait. I've spoken about it before on my Twitch channel. I was going to do 7 days giveaway from the 1st of December to the 12th of December. Well, looking at the current situation, how busy actually everybody is, I don't think I can commit to 7 days. So the 11th and the 12th is a Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to book the Friday off, so it's going to be 10th, 11th, 12th, and I'm going to do 3 days of full streaming. So yeah, I'm going to do 3 full days of streaming instead of 7 days. I can commit to that, I can take the Friday off. I can't commit to 7 days. I could get spammed with a 12-hour, 13-hour day. And if I start at 7, the stream's going to be pretty rubbish. So I'm going to just do the 3 days, the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And then on Sunday, I'm giving away that PlayStation 5. Still not decided what the other giveaways are going to be to. Basically, it's just give away to people who support my channel. Just as a way of saying thank you. So if you're interested, come and have a watch on Twitch, the Big Chris 9. And on the 12th of December, giving away a PlayStation 5 to somebody in the UK as a way of saying thank you. So today, heading up to Warrington, and then I'm going to Lithuania, wherever that is, I don't know what that is. Yeah, so it's looking like, I thought it was going to be a bit of a crap day. It's looking like it might be a beautiful day. It's a little bit chilly, because autumn's coming, or autumn's here. I've got to admit, it's not my type of year, this. I prefer the summertime. But the other good news, I heard on the radio today, I think the government's scrapping the traffic light system for going abroad. And if you've not been vaccinated, all you need, I believe, don't quote me on this, but look into it, all you need is to do 2 tests while you're away, and then 2 tests when you come back. If you're not still going to self-isolate for 10 days, which is really good. Last week was an absolute nightmare for fuel, because of one news article. One news article sent the whole country into thinking there's going to be a fuel shortage, when it's not a fuel shortage. Oh my god, that's a bit of a tongue twister. They haven't got a fuel shortage at all. In fact, we haven't got enough drivers, which the government's known about for a very, very long time. Ever since I've started driving, there's always been a shortage of drivers. So with the Brexit, with people retiring, with people been on furlough that have just left the industry. But I heard on the news this morning, they're actually bringing in the military now. Military's going to be delivering the fuel, which doesn't surprise me, to be honest, because when I was in the army, we was all firefighters. There's a fireman shortage, so we all had something called green goddesses. These things were from like the 1920s. Big, heavy machinery, trucks that did about no faster than probably 30 miles an hour. And then when they're filled with water as well, not a chance. So yeah, we was firefighters for a few months, and that was pretty interesting, especially for the poor lads who had to go to Northern Ireland to be firefighters. But we're almost at the first location now, and it is 8 o'clock in the morning. So, I've got 3 pallets, and then I'm going to Crew, picking up from Crew, and then going down to, is it Lutterworth, whatever it's called, on there, going there. Don't think I'll ever get used to these early mornings. ever. Thanks, buddy. So let's have a look. It's going to take us an hour to get there. So now that's that delivery done. There's only 3 pallets. So this next place we're going to Crewe to pick up, God knows how many, 20 pallets. So we're going to Crewe to pick up 20 pallets. Then we're going to Lutterworth. Don't know where that is. So yesterday, didn't do much, but I didn't do nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. And it was so nice. Honestly, my life is so busy that it was just nice to sit and do nothing at all. I pulled away from the gym a little bit. I'm not going to the gym as much anymore. Basically because my priorities have moved. You know, it's much more beneficial to me to not spend hours in the gym. I still go to the gym, but I just don't go to the gym as much because I've started to realise there's more to life. It's better to have sort of memories and doing things and building something than it is to spend hours in the gym trying to look a certain way. But no disrespect to anybody who does it, but I've just pulled away from that a little bit. I've got other things to focus on now. A bit obsessed with the garden. I think about it constantly, how to make it better and what I can do. So yeah, I pulled away from the gym a bit. But anyway, yesterday I did nothing at all. And there's a new series on Netflix called, I called it Squad Games, but it's Squid Games. Oh my God, if you've not seen Squid Games on Netflix, watch it. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. It's so good. But basically it's about, I don't want to get into too much detail, a group of people that need money or they're in a certain point in their life and they get offered an opportunity to win. I think we converted it, and I think it's at something like 258 million, but it's Korean, so in the Korean money it's something like 45 billion hom or whatever their currency is, I don't know. But they get given a card, and if they're interested, they ring this card up. It's got a number on it. They ring a phone number, and they get told they've been picked up at a certain time. They get knocked out, and they get transferred to an island. What they're actually doing, they're in a game. And it's a game to survive, and they have to do 6 games over a period of, I think it's a week. But if you lose, you die. But some of the things, actually, it was quite moving. Some of the stories they told, I thought it was quite moving in some respects, and it was so good. It was something totally different that there's nothing like it out there. See, I looked at it, it's a bit of a sort of a metaphor for life, apart from the deaths, but I mean, there's death in every life. They go through these different challenges, and some of the stories that the connection they have between people are quite heartwarming and quite sad. Anyway, they go through these games, and the main character, how he transforms and how he is a bit of a bumbling fool at the beginning to how he is at the very end, shows a testament to this guy's acting ability. It's amazing. We watched all the episodes in one day, and it was so good, so good. I don't want to go into too much detail, but there's one point in it that made me go, that's questionable. Where a certain point they sat on this massive checkered board, eating 3 of them from a triangle. There's a lot of symbols in it. You know, it's really fascinating if you try and analyse it. It's a really good program, and it makes you think on so many different levels. But if you've not watched it, I suggest you go and watch it. It's called Squid Games, and the games they do are children's games, but obviously dire consequences if you lose. But if you get a chance to watch it. It is absolutely amazing. It is so good. And I was thinking about filming the process of the decking, but then putting it all together in maybe a 45-minute vlog. But then I thought I might as well show you the progress, because it's something different to film instead of doing truck vlogs all the time. And as well, you guys know, I love doing all different types of content. It's not just about truck vlogs. I like filming bits of my life. When I've got things to film, I'm not just going to film something for the sake of filming it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this garden. It should be really good. If you get it right, it's going to look amazing. It's going to be somewhere that I can utilise even through the winter and use it as like a living outdoor space So I'm looking forward to it. A few people have mentioned about Renn and like how I got him and how it became to be my dog, because there is a story behind it. As there is most things in my life, there's a story behind it. So basically, when I left the army, I trained to be a bodyguard. I went to work in Iraq, and I was there for a couple of years, but I sort of realised, I mean, I've got children. I was with Amy at the time. When I was in the army, I just travelled too much. I was always away from home. So when I went to Iraq, it sort of brought it home to me that there's more to things in life. The money was really good, but there's just more to things in life than money. Obviously you need money to survive and live, but other things is just too important to give up. So the money I saved from Iraq, when I came back, I trained to be a dog handler, and I worked for this company called Global Support Services, and they did it in-house thing. Now there's two different courses you can do. They did an in-house training course. So the first day of the training, there was like a transit van, and in the back of the transit van there was 6 cages, and there was 6 dogs in each cage. And the lady that was training, she says, look, you're a big guy, you've got a really strong voice, we've got a dog perfect for you. It's very boisterous, it's a bit hard to handle, he's a big lad, but he needs someone who's more dominant than him. And as she opened up the back of the doors, there was Renn in one of these cages going crazy, and we made eye contact, and I just knew he was going to be my dog. So when I started training with him, after that first day, every time he saw me, he just wanted to be close to me. He wanted to get close to me. He knew that I was going to be his handler. And he's such an amazing dog. He really is. I've never known any dog like him. He's so intelligent, so caring, so loving, so obedient. He's a bit cheeky, a bit naughty sometimes, but he loves to play. And he's actually a cross between an Alsatian, let me get this right, it's called a Belgium, either Malinese or Malinese, it depends how you want to say it. But they call him, the shorter name is a Mali. And a lot of the Israeli army use them, the British army use them, the British police, a lot of military around the world use this type of dog because they're so intelligent. And he's a crossbreed, so he's got the caring and lovingness of an Alsatian, but he's also got the keenness and the intelligence of a Mali. Now some of the things Malis can do are unbelievable. Honestly, they're called the acrobats of the dog world. I've seen a video where a guy's bent over, and they've put this certain Mali's toy. It's a 2-story house, and they put his toy at the very top of the house, the roof, very top. And this Mali runs at this wall, and as he jumps on the back of this guy's back, the guy stands up, to give him an extra boost, and this dog runs up the side of a 2-story house. Honestly, just Google Malis or Belgian Malinese running up the side of a house, and you'll see that video. Honestly, they are so intelligent, they're so keen, and they're fast. They're so fast, and so a lot of military and police use them around the world. Yeah, I was training with him. I took him home. He became my dog. And at the end of when I decided to leave, I wanted to do something different, so I went into lorry driving. I had my license from when I was in the army. So when I left, I was like, I want to keep him. And it's like, well, we don't really want to give him up. But I've already done training with him. I've already bonded with him, and I didn't want to. I mean, he still had another 4 or 5, 6, maybe 6 years worth of working. He's a working dog. Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, I was a dog handler, so therefore I was a GP dog, general guard, like security guard. And they says, well, you can have him, but we're gonna have to charge you £1,000 for him. So I paid £1,000 for him, and I retired him from being a dog, a working dog, and he became a pet. And he's been with me ever since. And he's such an amazing dog. He really is. I'm thinking about opening an Instagram page for him in his posts. But yeah, I know someone asked me in the last video, like, talk about it and tell us where you got Renn from. So yeah, that's where I got Renn from. And he's mine now, and he's not going anywhere. So I'm just on the break. I've only got about 15 minutes left and I've got to go. Just gone and got myself a coffee. So, as you guys know, I talk a lot in my previous videos about a guy called Jordan Peterson. So, as you guys know, I talk in my previous videos a lot about a guy called Jordan Peterson. The guy's, in my opinion, is an absolute legend. And in today's society, there's a lot of prominent voices and there's a lot of support for women's rights, which absolutely 1000% there should be. You know, there should be people out there standing up for women's rights and equality and all that. I totally 100% subscribe to that. Jordan Peterson, he stands up for both, to be fair. He's a clinical psychologist, and he can separate his heart from his head and just facts, you know, statistical facts. And it's obviously is in the top of his field in a clinical psychologist. He's also a lecturer as well. One of the things I've seen him say a few times, which I think's amazing, and I think it's brilliant what he says. One of the things he says, he talks about men should be monsters, or boys should be monsters. Now, it doesn't mean monsters as in psychopaths. I think the way I sort of interpret it is, you know, if you want something, you go for it 1000%. But one of the things he said is, you should be a monster. Because everyone says you should be harmless, you should be virtuous, you shouldn't do anything to harm anybody, you should sheath your competitive instinct, you shouldn't try to win, you don't want to be too aggressive, you don't want to be too assertive, you want to take a backseat. No. Absolutely no. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Whether anybody likes it or not, men have got testosterone in our bodies, which makes us that little bit more aggressive sometimes, a little bit more, makes us stronger. I genuinely believe this is the balance in life, you know, that yin-yang. Everything's got an opposite, everything's got a balance. Perhaps not an opposite, but everything's got a balance. So the balance to us having testosterone is women and estrogen. You know, it's a perfect combination that fits together perfectly. But you need men not to be aggressive, but you've got to let a man be a man, and then you've got to teach him, or a boy, and they've got to teach them how to control it. Okay, if there's nobody there to teach you how to control it, this is where I believe a lot of the problems come from, because there's a lot of failed marriages, a lot of failed relationships, and then the woman's trying to bring up the boy, and she's trying to deal with this young boy that's growing up, that's full of testosterone, and he doesn't know how to control it. And she is going to do her best, but she's not got much testosterone in her system. So it's going to be hard for her, you know, to control this boy that's going through all these changes. I love that speech that he does about being a monster, that's all. And then you can progress. And it's like in the army. I don't know if somebody wants to go through the army and they want to join the SAS. They look for not the biggest, not the strongest, not the hardest. They look for people who can control their aggression and turn it on and off with an instinct. That's what they look for. They don't want that. They could be the fittest guy going, could run for miles and miles and miles. But if you can't control his aggression, he's useless to them, because he can't control it when it needs to be done. He can't turn it off when it needs to be done. So that's what the SAS are looking for, people who can control their aggression. And if you can control your aggression, that's a good thing to have. You should aim to win, you should aim to come first. Not at somebody else's misfortune, the right way, but you should aim to be the best person you can be. Now, if you're telling young boys, no, it's okay, we're going to give you a prize, we're going to give you a medal for coming last. What's that teaching kids? Anyway, it's just my opinion. But anyway, have a look at Jordan Peterson. I think the guy's an absolute legend. I don't think this is the right place, to be fair. 2-0, yeah. All vehicles o'clock 522. Must be. Afternoon. It's getting warm out there, and it said on the weather app it's going to be cold, so warm trousers. Why is that squealing every time? And I am knackered. I might be finishing at a reasonable time today, which I'm well happy about. Easy as that. So that's me on a bay now. Just gonna get unloaded. I've only got about 15 pallets, so it shouldn't take that long. And I think I'm gonna have quite an early finish compared to what I've normally been having. So that's a bonus. Fingers crossed. So that's me unloaded. It's now 2:30, 25 to 3, and sat nav says I'm gonna be back to the yard for 4:40. So I'd say about 5 o'clock. That's not too bad. Still a good day, since I started at 6:30 this morning. Yeah, so yeah, that's good. But I am tired, as I always am. So hopefully I should be able to get on stream tonight. And I didn't manage to get one streaming. Well, I managed to get streaming on Friday. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll see you back at the yard. I'm not gonna film on the way back. It's just straight up the M6, so I think we've got enough time warps today. The size of that thing, Jesus Christ. Wouldn't want to drive that. Jesus. That is me done. Nice early finish for the day. We like that. Don't get this very often. Hello. Oh, you okay? You okay? Go on then. Right guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. The next one is going to be about the garden. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.